showcase our God-given talents to you this day. There are kids that will be demonstrating such talents we didn't think they had. So with a lot of direction and coursing, they did that. So we welcome you on behalf of Crown of Life, and I hope you enjoy our show. And I'm going to introduce one of our co-directors, Mrs. Wright. So, thank you.
Am I on? I'm not quite as loud as he is, so I'll use the microphone. Well, welcome everyone. We are so glad that you are here. And I'm sorry, I wrote down my notes because with all that's on my mind, I didn't want to forget what I wanted to say. We are so glad that we can perform Oliver for you. I know we weren't part of Crown of Life last year, but I know it was kind of the plan to perform it last year, and so to be able to do it this year just feels amazing. So thank you for your patience with us, and thank you to all of the people who helped and encouraged those of us helping. There's been a lot of hard work put in, not only by the students, but all that you see was done by students. All the artwork and all the costumes were done by parents helping. There's just been a lot of effort put in. So just know that each moment you enjoy, there was a lot of effort behind that. We are so grateful. That being said, I know that my husband will be very thankful to have me back after today because it has been a lot of time spent here. I feel like I've kind of lived here. But it is a true honor to work alongside not only all of the staff and students, but it's just been a joy to be a part of this. A few housekeeping things. If you could please, at this moment, silence your cell phones. I just did mine because I'm that way. I don't remember to silence it. So if you did not remember, make sure you silence your cell phone. We also ask that you have no flash photography during the performance. We have a wonderful photographer who's going to be taking pictures, took some of our performance on Thursday, and those will be available to you parents. We also are live streaming the performance on our CLCA YouTube channel, and if you need help finding that, where would they go, Mrs. Moore? I don't even know. She's going to send a link out, so there will be a link for that you can share with those who maybe couldn't attend today. The play is quite long, and there are several scene changes, so just be patient with us when the lights are out. Just know that people are getting the scene set for the next act. And there will be act and scene numbers on the display up there, along with a picture to kind of help you know where you are. There will be a 5-minute intermission between the two acts. The house lights will blink 4 times to let you know it's time to get back to your seat. I think that's it. So those are all my notes. With that, enjoy the show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Catherine Dickens, but you can call me Kate. I'm the wife of the famous author Charles Dickens. In fact, he is the greatest author of all Victorian England. He wrote many books. The musical you are about to see is based on his novel, Oliver Twist. In fact, in 1837, it was the second of his books published. My husband not only used his novels for reading enjoyment, but also to point out truths about Victorian England that polite society tried to ignore. Oliver Twist is no exception. The Poor Law of 1834 said that all able-bodied paupers must live in a workhouse. Families were separated. Hunger and abuse were common. In Britain, during the early 19th century, poverty was considered a crime. Charles believed the greatest impact he could have was to bring these problems to light. It is our pleasure to bring this story alive for you. To begin, Mr. Bumble, the parish workhouse overseer, along with Mrs. Bumble, watches over all the workhouse children. It is our pleasure to be able to bring this story alive for you. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy our rendition of my husband's infamous Oliver Twist.
All we ever get is through. Every day we say a prayer. For what you are about to receive, may the Lord make you truly thankful.
I'm still hungry. I want some more.
Yeah, I got it. We can draw straws when the loser asks for them.
That's a grand idea, Dylan. I have some straws in my back pocket. Who's first?
May I have some more?
What?
Please, sir, may I have some more?
More? Oliver, Oliver, never before has a boy wanted more. Oliver, Oliver, won't ask for more when he knows what's in store. There's a dark, thin, winding stairway without any banister, which will throw him down and feed him on cockroaches served in a canister. Oliver, Oliver, what will he do when he's turned black and blue? He will rue the day somebody named him Oliver. Oliver, Oliver, what will he do? Oliver, won't ask for more when he knows what's in store. There's a dark, thin, winding stairway without any banister, which will throw him down and feed him on cockroaches served in a canister. Oliver, Oliver, what will he do when he's turned black and blue? He will rue the day somebody named him Oliver. That boy.
You know, we could fetch a pretty penny in for him.
Go on.
We could sell him and be rid of his antics forever.
And make our wallets fatter in the process. I like what you're proposing, Mrs. Bumble.
You go walk him through the streets and see if you can find any takers. And I'll put a sign up in the window.
Oliver.
You?
Yes, may I speak to the man in charge? I work for Mr. and Mrs. Sowerberry, the undertakers. They sent me out to find extra help for them. I see your sign in the window. This may suit their needs perfectly.
Certainly. I shall go get him for you. Please wait here.
Boy for sale. Boy for sale. Any takers? May I help you?
Hello, I'm Duff and Kathy. I work for Mr. and Mrs. Sowerberry, the undertakers. They need a hand at the funeral parlor.
Yes, well, Oliver's 10 years old and is very helpful. Aren't you, Oliver? He will work very hard for you and require very little food.
May I see this boy?
Certainly. Oliver, here.
I'll take him. How much are we asking?
10 pounds.
Hot, the boy's worth that much. I'll give you 3 pounds.
7 pounds.
5 pounds. That's my final offer.
All right, he's yours for 5 pounds. Oliver, go get your things. Duff here's going to take you to live with the Sowerberries.
Sadly, now Oliver finds himself sold to a stranger for 5 pounds. He has no idea what these people will be like or that he will be living in a funeral parlor. He has no choice but to go along with Duff and find out what lies ahead for him.
Here's our new apprentice, Oliver.
He's kind of skinny.
Yes, he's frightfully malnourished. Where did you get him?
He comes from the workhouse. I know he's small, but that way he shouldn't require much food. I also acquired him for a very fair price.
I see. You know, he made you very nicely.
Yes, very nicely indeed.
Well, Oliver, you'll just have to eat of the dog's juice and sleep underneath the counter until you prove your worth. Is that all right with you?
We do wash the dog dish once a month.
Well...
It doesn't really matter if you do or you don't, because he can't sleep anywhere else. Duff, bring Noah here so he can meet the new boy.
Yes, ma'am.
He'll do. Duff and Noah, come here. I have a job for you.
Yes, Mrs. Sowerberry. What is it?
Look after Oliver, our new apprentice. Duff just purchased him from Mr. Bumble at the workhouse.
Yes, ma'am. Don't have to worry. He's in good hands.
Good. Well, dear, does he meet your approval?
I would prefer a large child with a titch more meat on his bones, but he'll do. Yes, I think he'll do.
Come along, Duff.
Well, Oliver, we better get back to work. Help me move this coffin over here. Stay here while I go get some materials to finish up the coffin. Well, at least I'm out of the workhouse, but I'm not sure if this is really home either. Help me see if this is the right size. So, Oliver, I hear you're an orphan boy. Well, I suppose so. What's the matter, Oliver? Your parents didn't want you either? Stop it. I didn't even know who my parents were. Well, then I guess everyone leaves poor Oliver alone. Even his own mother didn't want him. I said stop it. Don't talk about my mother that way. Why? What are you going to do to me? Ah! Help! Help! Some rat's going to kill me!
Catch him! Don't let him get away!
You little scoundrel, stop, I say.
Alone, hungry, and friendless, Oliver has spent several days and nights on the road leading to London. As he pauses on his journey to rest and finish the remains of a crust of bread, he is closely observed by two figures. One, an outlandishly dressed young boy named Jack Dawkins, better known as the Artful Dodger. The other, a raggedy dressed boy his same age.
Hello, I'm Jack Dawkins, but my friends like to call me the Artful Dodger.
And I'm Monks. Who are you?
My name is Oliver.
So Oliver, where are you going?
To London, I guess.
I must say, you look mighty and hungry, doesn't he, Dodger? Do you have anywhere to stay in London?
Well, I don't.
Well, in that case, I have just a place for you. You can stay with our friend Mr. Fagin and the rest of the gang.
Yeah, Mr. Fagin gives us a dry place to sleep and plenty of food.
In fact, he might let you work for him in his business.
What business is he in?
Come with us and you'll find out. Friends, I would like to introduce you to Oliver. He's come from London and doesn't have a place to stay. I'm sure we can make room for him, right?
Sure, he can stay with us.
It'd be a pleasure if I was the owner. I'll share my bunk, but I ain't sharing my food.
Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the family.
We've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along.
Consider yourself well in. Consider yourself part of the furniture. There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares? Whatever we got to share. If the chance we should see some modern days. Empty water days. Small by crowds. Oh, the chance to meet somebody to foot the bill. Then the drinks are on the house. Consider yourself our mates. We don't have no fuss. For after some consideration, we can consider yourself one of us.
Fagin, I would like to introduce you to Oliver. He's interested about your business. Hello, Oliver. Pleased to meet your acquaintance.
I'm happy to meet you too, sir. I think.
So, Oliver, I hear you're interested in my business, boy.
Yes, sir. May I ask what business you're in?
Well, of course, my boy. In this life, one thing counts. In the bank, large amounts. I'm afraid these don't grow on trees. You've got to pick a pocket or two. You've got to pick a pocket or two, boys. You've got to pick a pocket or two. These amounts don't grow on trees. You got to pick a pocket or two. Why should we break our backs stupidly paying tax? Better get some untaxed cash. You've got to pick a pocket or two. You got to pick a pocket or two, boys. You've got to pick a pocket or two. So we don't break our backs. You got to pick a pocket or two. When I see someone rich, both my thumbs start to itch. Only to find some peace of mind, I've got to pick a pocket or two. You got to pick a pocket or two, boys. You've got to pick a pocket or two. Just to find some peace of mind, you've got to pick a pocket or two. Off the bed, scram!
So now Oliver has a place to stay. When everyone has been fed and bedded down for the night, Fagin brings from a secret hiding place a chest filled with expensive jewels that he has managed to keep aside for himself. He delights in the fortune he has amassed for himself, and he feels the jewels may be his insurance to his later years or against unforeseen problems.
It's a fine morning, ain't it, Nancy?
It is a fine morning. No, a fine life indeed. If you don't mind going without some things, that is.
Ha, like flounces and feathers.
And frills and fancy fur coats.
Who needs all the fine airs and fine graces anyway? Folks with such just look down on the rest of us. Folks with flounces and feathers are a whole bunch of stuck-up schnobs. That's what they is.
But when you've got someone to love, you forget all your cares and strife. Mine's a fine life.
Been thinking about Bill again, aren't you, Nancy?
Oh, yes, this gal's always thinking about Bill. Fagin, where are you? We need to talk.
Good morning, Nancy and Charley. What brings you here so early in the morning? Hey, it's the Artful Dodger. It's a fine morning, ain't it, Dodger? We've come bringing a very important message.
You tell Fagin to get out here. Bill Sikes has some merchandise for him and needs to take care of it fast.
Good morning, sir. And you too, my lady. Now, he's quite the gentleman.
My, he is quite the gentleman. I'm glad to see someone here knows how to treat a lady.
Hey, we know how to treat ladies, right?
Time to get back to work. There's some prime pickings on the street.
Within a few days, Oliver is sent off into the streets with Dodger to observe how successful pickpocketing is accomplished.
See that man over there looking at the books?
Yeah, he looks like a perfect target.
Watch us, Oliver.
Yeah, watch us real close. You'll learn a thing or two. Mister, has your day been going well?
My day's been fine, thank you. I've been robbed! He took my wallet! Arrest him!
Hey, little orphan boy, come here.
Stop, thief!
I'll get you yet.
Thief will get you nowhere! You're under arrest! Help! here.
Oliver's been captured. We were showing him how to pickpocket, and then he got arrested for it.
He was taken to court, and the bookseller who saw the whole thing came in and said he's innocent. But the man who he stole the wallet from took him into his home.
How could you do this? How could you let Oliver get caught? He'll tell police about our whole operation. Fagin, I told you that using kids gets us into trouble someday. This is all your fault. We gotta get this Oliver boy back. Who does Oliver trust who doesn't suspect anything? Well, Dad won't work. He's too small, and I look too suspicious in that neighborhood. Ooh, I know! Nancy! Nancy loves Oliver. Have her do it. Yeah, that sounds good. Oh, Nancy. You have to go get Oliver and bring him back to us.
What? No, Bill. I can't do that. Oliver's just a poor orphan. Maybe this gentleman's finally giving him a good life.
I don't care what you think. He has to come back.
Please, Bill. Oliver deserves this chance for a better life. All right, I'll do it. But only because you want me to.
That's more like it.
Mr. Brownlow has given him a full belly, a warm, snuggly bed, and lots of love. Oliver has especially made a close connection with Charlotte, Mr. Brownlow's caring maid. For the first time in his life, he is experiencing what it's like to be loved.
Where is love?
morning, Charlotte, Oliver.
Good morning, Mr. Brownlow.
How did you sleep last night, my boy?
Very well, Mr. Brownlow. Thank you.
Oliver, I can't get over it. You remind me so much of my daughter, Agnes. Here is a picture of her. You look almost exactly like her. Charlotte, wouldn't you agree?
Oh, Mr. Brownlow, he is the spitting image. Oliver, look. What do you think?
Well, I guess I really do look like your daughter. Where is she now?
She was such a lovely girl. I don't know where she is now. We quarreled and she ran away from home. I haven't seen her since. I miss her.
Well, Oliver, it is so nice you are here now, just to remind us of how lovely a girl she was. And you are such a lovely boy.
And a helpful one, too. I have a very important job for you today, Oliver. Could you please run to the bookstore and pick up a package for me?
Yes, sir. I'd be happy to do that for you.
Look, Nancy, he's over there.
We found him! It's my brother! Didn't he run away from home and break his poor mother's heart? And mine too?
You shouldn't run away from home, little fella. Come along now.
But you're not my brother. I didn't run away from home. Let go of me. Please, let go.
All right, Nancy, you got him. Let's take him to Fagin's. You turned on us, didn't you, boy?
No, sir, I didn't. I swear I didn't.
Bill, stop it! He's here now! Oh, please don't hurt him.
Stay out of this, Nancy.
No!
Now alone, Fagin brings out his chest of jewels and contemplates this latest turn of events. In his song, he ponders what he must consider his own way of life, even making an honest change.
A man's got the heart, hasn't he? Joking apart, hasn't he? And though I'd say that I always haven't been a saint, but I'm finding it hard to be really as black as they paint. I'm real situation. Can't a fellow be a villain all his life? All the trials and tribulation. I better settle down and get myself a wife. And a wife will cook and sew for me and come for me and go for me and come for me and go for me. The finger she will nag at me, money she will take from me, the misery she made for me. I think I better think it out again. Where do I go? Somebody? Who do I know? Nobody. Oh, my dearest companions have always been villains and thieves. So at my time of life, I should probably start turning over new leaves. I'm reviewing the situation. If you want to eat, you got to earn a bob. Is it such a humiliation for a robber to perform an honest job? So what job I'm getting possibly? I wonder who my boss will be. I wonder if he'll take from me the bonuses he'll make from me. Start at 8 and finish late just to make a modest rate. I think I better think it out again.
Charlotte, can you get the door? Yes, sir. Please come in. Mr. and Mrs. Bumble are here, sir.
Thank you, Charlotte. I have summoned you here to talk about one of your orphans.
And which one would that be, sir?
Oliver Twist.
Yes, Oliver. Isn't that the boy we sold there?
Yes. Yes, I believe so. He's been staying with me until recently, and I would like to know all about his background.
Well, I really don't know much.
Stop holding back, Mr. Bumble. I have information you know about Oliver.
Well, the boy had been staying at the workhouse, and one day that boy had the nerve to ask for more food. So we got rid of him, and that is all we know.
Don't tell me that's all you know. I have information that you know a lot more about Oliver. Tell me now, or your workhouse position will be in jeopardy.
I know no more, sir.
Yes, you do. I know you do.
Well,
Yes, come on.
Well,
Out with that.
yes, I do.
I knew it. Tell me everything. Hold nothing back.
Well, the boy was born at the workhouse, and his mother died in childbirth. The nurse who took care of her took her gold locket. That nurse died a few months ago, and while she was on her deathbed, she told me the whole story.
Where is the locket?
Well, I'm wearing it, sir.
Give it to me, please.
I had no idea she hit the locket, sir.
I should have your workhouse possessions taken away from it. Give me the locket and go now. I am finished with you.
We are sorry for the misunderstanding. We beg your leave now.
Oh my. Charlotte, it's Agnes.
What did you say, sir?
It's Agnes, my daughter Agnes.
That means Oliver is your grandson.
Mr. Brownlow has discovered that his daughter Agnes was the young woman who died in childbirth many years ago. Upon opening the locket, he recognizes the image he has placed in it many years ago, a picture of himself holding a young Agnes on his lap. He is now more determined, more than ever, to get Oliver back.
help you?
I must speak with the gentleman of the house.
Okay, I will be right with you. Excuse me, there's someone who says she must see you. I know right now is a hard time for you. Should I send her away?
No, it sounds important. Send her in.
I beg your pardon, sir, but I must speak with you.
Yes, what is it, young lady?
Well, it's about Oliver.
Oliver, where is he? Tell me everything you know of him.
Well, I know where he is.
You must take me to him at once. He's my grandson. I couldn't bear to lose him again.
I'll bring him to you. Meet me at the London Bridge at midnight, but you must come alone and be very, very careful. Oliver may be in great danger.
I will meet you there.
This is where I told him to meet me.
Hand the boy over to me, now!
No, he deserves to be with his grandfather.
I told you to stay out of this, Nancy, but you couldn't, could you?
Help me!
Bill takes Oliver to Fagin's den and is unaware that Mr. Brownlow arrives and sees Bill dragging Oliver off. Mr. Brownlow quickly follows them. In the meantime, Fagin and his gang of pickpockets have been alerted and managed to run to safety.
Sir, are you sure this is the place?
Tell us everything you saw.
Well, I saw a man grab Oliver. I followed him back here. I watched him go in. Then I came to get you.
We'll go in. Stay out here. We have dealt with this sort of stuff before, and it can get dangerous.
Release that boy!
Stop, or we'll shoot!
I slipped.
As Bill tries to escape, he is shot and killed. Now Oliver is safe, and he and his grandfather are reunited. Oliver finally has someone to love and a place to call home.
Oliver! I'm so glad you're all right. Now, let's go home.
everybody for coming. This was just such a treat to just finally have the audience in front of us after our long practicing, and I just am so proud of this group of kids. With our first time doing this, we didn't know what we were doing, but you could never tell, right? Well, we had this group of kids to work with. Honestly, it was just an honor and a pleasure. I don't want to stand in front of everybody here. So, as you all know, if you've been to theater before, there's always the people that you see, and there's always the people you don't see. And we could not have done up here without the people that you can't see right now. So I'm going to run through a list of amazing people that were behind the scenes to make this all happen. First of all, Kayla, come on out. She's in the black cave. Isaac, are you able to bump me up a little bit, or Landon, can you bump me up a little louder? Kayla is a extraordinary, I call her a dynamo mom. So we got this job as being directors of this play, and like I said, we didn't know what we were doing, but it became really quick, really fast, really clear, really fast where our strengths lay.
Don't judge it. Keep going.
Kayla is super in front of the kids. She's the kind of person that even when she's stern, she sounds happy. So she can get by with just saying whatever she wants to this group, and they'll just do it. But she always sounds happy. So she just is a marvel working with these kids. And I found my strength was the organizer. So I did all the putting the groups together. I was kind of like the team leader. She was in front, and I was in back. So, Carter, come on up. One of our goals, you guys want to split apart so that we don't cover you all? Maybe split that way, split that way. One of our goals with this, and I just really love CLCA's approach to this in general, is student leadership. And we wanted to, whenever we could, stick a student in a spot to do the job. Well, wow, when Carter signed up to be student director, oh my, from the very first practice, he was giving me stuff like, yeah, I think if he does this, if he moves a little more like this, and he was spot on. I would Zoom with Carter, and I had to miss a practice once, and I said, can we Zoom so I can get your thoughts on something? And so we Zoomed. He had taken copious notes about the practice I missed. It was unbelievable what this young man did. And then, as if that wasn't enough, we needed somebody. Well, at one point we decided, oh yeah, we need somebody to run the lights. You know, this is our first time. We're just like blind doing this. And I thought, well, it's got to be somebody dependable. Okay, so let's have Carter be student director and run all the lights. So he just did a great job. Thank you, Carter. And while we're on the subject of lights, this was all, I think back to think, wow, we just didn't know this stuff. So when all the costumes got done, they all had hats on, and we couldn't see their faces anymore. So the one spotlight that I had Landon running up there was not enough. So I raced out 2 days before our rehearsal and bought 2 more spotlights and threw them on him and said, I don't know what you're gonna do, you only have 2 arms, but figure it out. And so Landon Smiley, stand up. He took charge, and he also is kind of manning the whole sound system up there as far as each individual mic. And all of this, he just learned by pushing buttons. That's what kids do nowadays. They just know what to do. So, great job. And then we have Isaac Garcia. Stand up, Isaac. Isaac was doing everything else. So he was putting the screens on there, he was adjusting all the music. A lot of the music couldn't start at the beginning, it had to start at measure 25. And then some music had to end at measure 36. And he logged all of that, took notes. All Mrs. Moore has to do is say, this is what we need here, and Isaac's got it. So he was our sound man, couldn't have done it without him. And then, oh boy, We just have so many people here. Let me get my list out. I gotta mention Joey. Where's Joey Huffler? Oh, is he still here? All right, Joey, stand up and wave your hand. All right. So this endeavor was not a mandatory. I would call it was a gentle mandatory endeavor, meaning that if somebody really didn't want to be in this, they didn't have to. Joey didn't want to be in this, but he wanted to help. I mean, we need people like that in the world. So Joey said, I hadn't thought about somebody to hand out programs. And Joey said, I would do that. So Joey, thank you so much. That was a big job. I really appreciate it. Mrs. Opperman was the director or leader of the prop hands. And these 4 people moved 13 scenes. They moved 13 scenes in about 13 minutes, which was pretty cool. I just call them like, they reminded me of mice. Great job, prop hands. And then Tiffany, stand up with all the art kids. So if you had something to do with any of the art on the stage, or even the program, oh, you've got it up there. All right, so is this the theater group? We had what's called a theater elective. So kids could be involved with the theater without necessarily being in the play. And Mrs. Ron and all the kids who were in theater elective stand up, because behind the scenes, while we were practicing on all these parts, they were drawing posters and making doors that almost fell down. And also, I never knew this, but who are the 3 people that ended up writing the program? Who are on the, raise your hand if you're 2 are here. So there was 3 people that entered the program contest. Whoever would, win their art was going to be on the program. Well, each of them had such good submissions, they decided to put elements of every one in the program. So thank you, you ladies. That was wonderful. And then all the music. So Mrs. Ron is the Van Gogh of CLCA, and then we have the Pied Piper. So Sarah Moore is the Pied Piper. These kids just respond so well to her with her directing. And I'll just be honest. She told me, yeah, we'll get this done in about a month and a half ago. And there were 7 songs we were supposed to be singing, and inside I was like, there's no way we're gonna get this done. Got it done. Leave it to Mrs. Moore. Leave it to Mrs. Moore and the kids who follow her and sing so well for her. So thank you, all those kids that sang so well. That was your job, and this is a musical after all, so without you, it wouldn't be what it was. Wonderful job. I don't know about you, but I was pretty impressed with our costumes. I would like Deb, Callie, and Emily. Stand up. Where are you at? So Deb Lupke back in there, Emily, and Callie. You'll never have to do this, hopefully, but when you costume a group of 53 children, it is a lot of hours. And they were here at night organizing things so the kids could very easily know where their costumes were. Just a tremendous job. And all the details about their costumes plus their face and their hair, it really was just stupendous. Thank you so much, ladies. And then Kara, our school administrator, school secretary, Kara, where are you? Igney, is she here? Yeah, stand up, Kara. I would email her at 10:30 on a given day and say, Kara, I refreshed these copies of these scripts. I need 12 scripts by 2 o'clock. Okay, Liz. And I would walk in at whatever time I was supposed to be here, and they were done. And I did that about 10, 15 times. But talk about the wheels. If we didn't have her, the wheels would have fallen off the ship. So every school needs a Kara. Just want to give a shout out to the Lakeside sound system. They borrowed us 17 headsets on a phenomenal mic system, which you could, I have to tell you, in the back, could you hear everything that was going on? Thanks to Lakeside for that. Damon, their audio man, came out and spent hours here. I'm going to give him a coconut cream pie for that. It's his favorite. And then, I'm finishing up here, sorry, but it's such a big endeavor. I just want to make sure these people are noticed. Parents, I was a parent. I'm a parent. You're always a parent if you're a parent. But I had 4 kids in extracurriculars back in the day. I know what it's like to have extra trips, extra schedules, extra snacks to pack, and just the swirl of that. So thank you for allowing your kids to do an extracurricular like this. This is your gift to them. And staff, teachers, toward the end there, the teachers are like, okay, when's this musical over? Because it can get kind of squirrely around school. Kids get so excited, and there's a schedule change, don't ever change the schedule. But we had to change the schedule, but they just were so accommodating. I pretty much had to say, okay, we need to start practice at 1 o'clock. Do whatever you do to get those kids there at 1 o'clock, and they always did. And finally, the students. Can't thank you enough. I'm going to have you clap for them one more time, and then, nope, let's do this. Actually, efficiency-wise, let's do this. There's some housekeeping notes. Where is Ethan Winkleman? Stand up. So this is how it flies when you've never done something before. On the day of our first rehearsal, which was Thursday, after it was all over, he comes up to me and says, hey, wouldn't it be cool if at the fireside, like at the fireside, they have that sign and you can stand underneath the sign and get your picture taken? I said, yeah, that's really cool. So this morning, Tiffany, after I texted her very early on Sunday morning, says, yeah, I'm in Wisconsin Dells. I can call Walgreens and get that done. She comes with a sign. It's hanging out there. So Ethan, that was a great addition to that. And so for any of you parents who want your pictures taken underneath the Oliver sign, that's because of Ethan. Good job, Ethan. All right, then, housekeeping. We borrowed costumes from 2 schools, maybe 3. Yeah. And so, parents and kids, you're kind of on your own with the costumes. I'm going to have the costume ladies posted by the costume racks where you got them, and remember your deal. If you are a main character, it's just like you got it in your bag. Take the time to do that for your costume ladies. But for the main characters, I'm going to excuse you first in a moment, and you're to go to Mrs. Moore's office and put your headsets in your bag in her office. That's what you guys do. After that, you're kind of on your own to eat, get your costume off, that kind of thing. The rest of you kids, you're going to file through the library and get your special gift. Not yet. We talked about, remember that? Special gift. Okay. And then we do have refreshments out there for everybody. And if you want to donate to the theater program, there is a little bowl out there for that. And other than that, have I forgotten anything? Oh boy, okay. Thank you so much for your support.